Hello, friends. Welcome to Trivia Over Tea, the quiz show podcast where we drink tea and play trivia. I am your host, Matthew Cook, and I'm here virtually once again with our scorekeeper, Carter Zenke. Carter, how are you today?
Doing great as always. Just excited to be here.
Fantastic. Well, let's meet this week's contestants. First, we have Noah.
Hi there. I'm Noah Benjamin. My skills are knowing a lot about Star Wars and maybe being okay at math.
Very good. Well, thanks for being here, Noah. And we also have Sophie.
Hey, I'm Sophie, and I guess my skills are cooking, dog walking perhaps, and perhaps some more cooking, mostly for my dog.
Those are some good skills to have. Love someone who cooks. Alrighty, well, as with all of our regular episodes, we'll have 4 rounds of questions today, each with a slightly different format. And so without further ado, Carter will explain the rules for round 1.
Yes, round 1 is our first general knowledge round. We each get 5 multiple choice questions. Questions here on a variety of topics, kind of general knowledge round, and you'll get 10 points each for answering them correctly.
Alrighty, Noah, you're up first. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Question 1. What famous Los Angeles road is named for the civil engineer who designed the Los Angeles Aqueduct? A. Van Nuys Boulevard, B. Havenhurst Avenue, or C. Mulholland Drive?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Havenhurst B.
No, it's actually Mulholland. William Mulholland designed the 233-mile aqueduct that transports water from the Owens Valley to the San Fernando Valley.
Wow.
Question 2. A popular legend traces what country's flag back to the year 1219? A. The United Kingdom, B. Japan, or C. Denmark?
I'm gonna go with Denmark.
That's correct. At the Battle of Lindenæs in present-day Tallinn, Estonia, legend has it that the Danish flag fell from the sky just as the Danes were about to lose the battle to ancient Estonian kingdoms, and it inspired the Danes to victory. It is the oldest continuously used national flag in the world. Question 3. From 1856 to 1866, the U.S. Army experimented with using what large mammal as a military pack animal? A. Camels, B. Llamas, or C. Elephants?
Llamas?
No, it's actually camels. The U.S. Camel Corps went nowhere, and the camels were sold at auction in 1866.
Camel Corps takes cottage core. That's awesome.
Yep. Question 4. Which former U.S. president attended the Crypto Bahamas event at the Baha Mar Resort in April 2022? A. Barack Obama, B. George W. Bush, or C. Bill Clinton?
Oh no, I'm gonna have to go with Clinton on this one.
That's correct. He was a keynote speaker alongside former British Prime Minister Tony Blair and pro football quarterback Tom Brady, promoting cryptocurrencies.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know that I would buy Bitcoin because Tom Brady tells me to. In fact, I'm not going to buy any Bitcoin regardless. And finally, question 5. What element has an atomic number of 40? A. Iron, B. Zirconium, or C. Nickel?
Oh. Iron?
No, it's actually zirconium. It is a super strong metal, and it is often used to make scissors and knives.
Are they all right next to each other? Are those all in the 40s?
I don't believe so. Frankly, when I turned this into a multiple choice question, I guess I pulled 2 more metals out of thin air that I figured couldn't be 40 if zirconium was the number 40. I think iron and nickel.
Monetize that skill, pulling metals out of thin air. That'd be a great business
That's
venture for you.
true. Gosh, I should get on that. I think iron. I don't know what iron is. I want to say it's in the 20s. Maybe nickel is too. I don't know. This is really not my department. So, yeah.
You'd be quite the alchemist by pulling metals out of thin air.
Truly.
So 20 points, is that where I'm at right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, Sophie, are you ready for your 5 questions?
I'm ready.
Okay, question 1. Which of the following is not a type of crab? A, horseshoe, B, snow, or C, gourmand?
I'm gonna go with C, gourmand.
That's correct. Question 2. What country is Pope Francis from? A, Chile, B, Argentina, or C, Spain?
Oh man, I really should know this. I think he's Argentinian.
That's correct. He is the first pope from the Americas and the first from outside Europe since the 8th century.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. Question 3. In cells, there are many organelles that are enclosed by a membrane. However, there are some that are not. Which of the following organelles does not have a membrane? A, the Golgi apparatus, B, the nucleosis, or C, lysosome?
Oh man, you're really taking me back to like sophomore year of high school. Well, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and I know the membrane is the phospholipid bilayer. That's about all I remember from AP Bio.
Well,
So I'm
that's
going to
more than I
go with
remember.
the lysosome.
No, it's actually the nucleosis is the one that doesn't
Ah,
have.
Gets me every time, that nucleosis.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, that nucleosis. Yeah, I don't know anything more about that. Question 4. Mariah Carey famously responded, "I don't know her," when asked about her thoughts about which prominent pop singer and actress who also headlined the 2020 Super Bowl halftime show. A, Beyonce, B, Katy Perry, or C, Jennifer Lopez?
Ooh, I think J-Lo did 2020 Super Bowl.
That's correct. The moment occurred in a late 90s interview with a German tabloid, and Carey later clarified that she said this as a way to say something nice or nothing at all. And finally, question 5. On June 15th, 1992, Vice President Dan Quayle erroneously spelled what word at a spelling bee in Trenton, New Jersey? A, politics, B, physics, or C, potato?
I'm going to go with A, politics.
No, it's actually C, potato.
That's
Quayle corrected William Figueroa's correct spelling of potato by spelling it Potato. Quayle claims that it was spelled incorrectly on the card given to him by the elementary school, but he was widely ridiculed for the gaffe.
I feel like the only thing that could make that better is if he was also from Idaho.
Well, he was from Indiana, so, you know.
Close enough. Those middle states.
more or less. It starts with an I. Yeah, same thing.
That is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
That's so
It's a great fun fact about Dan Quayle. Well, that's the end of round 1. So Carter, can you please give us a score update?
Looks like we have Noah at 20 and Sophie at 30.
All righty, now it is time for round 2. So Carter, can you please tell us the rules?
Yes, round 2 will consist of 5 questions on the same topic for each of you. Questions here are worth 20 points. If you get one wrong, your opponent can answer for 10 points.
All righty, Noah. I had my brother write these questions for you because he has a much better knowledge base on this than I do. You asked and I listened. I'm going to give you 5 questions about locations in Star Wars.
Okay.
So,
let's see if I can do this.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Question 1. The first planet ever seen in the film series was what desert planet with 2 suns long ruled by the Hutts?
This one is Tatooine.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes. Question 2. The dating system used in the series is BBY-ABY, which stands for Before the Battle of Yavin / After the Battle of Yavin, which saw the destruction of the first iteration of what planet-sized battle station?
The Death Star.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Whew.
Question 3. The only planet to ever be destroyed by the Death Star was what pacifist world, the home of Leia Organa?
Alderaan. I'm pretty sure.
That's correct. Yes. Question 4. Much of the prequel trilogy takes place on what planet near the center of the galaxy that has traditionally been the galactic capital and hosted the Galactic Senate?
Coruscant.
That's correct.
Wow.
And finally, question 5. The final death and destruction of the Sith and the First Order took place on what planet that was the ancient center of the Sith Order?
Ooh. Oh, goodness. Hmm. I don't even have a guess for this one.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I know. My mind is blank, drawing a blank. I'm sorry.
No, all right. Sophie, do you know?
Oh man, I was really hoping Noah was gonna get all these right because my Star Wars knowledge is lacking. I'll guess Sithica.
Good guess. No. This was called Exegol.
That was next on my list.
I don't
Yeah,
think I was gonna go.
yeah.
Tip of my tongue.
Yeah. So I don't remember that one in
Me either.
particular. But I
Hilarious.
think Mason told me it was in the 9th movie. So yeah. Sophie, unfortunately, I don't have the knowledge base to give you, and I didn't have the time yesterday to write culinary questions. But there is this episode will be released on June 15th, and there is a famous actor who was born on June 15th, and that is Neil Patrick Harris. So
Ooh, okay.
I'll give you 5 questions about Neil Patrick Harris. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Question 1. Starting in 1989, Harris played the titular teenage physician on what ABC sitcom?
Ooh. Dr. Patrick?
No. Noah, do you know?
Is it Doogie Howser?
It's Doogie Howser, and yes.
Wow.
The show ran for 4 seasons and 97 episodes.
Dang.
Wow. I
Question
can't believe
2.
I knew that one.
Yeah, that was a good pull.
My 90s sitcom knowledge is lacking, I guess.
Yeah. I couldn't remember that when I was doing this yesterday. I couldn't remember the name of it, but it was somewhere in the back of my mind. I was like, he played some doctor. I was like, that'd be a good thing to ask about.
Yeah, well, I got
Doogie
the first
Howser,
one
MD.
right, so that's something.
There you go. Question 2. Harris was nominated for 4 Emmy Awards for playing Barney Stinson on what CBS sitcom?
How I Met Your Mother.
That's correct. That show ran for 9 seasons and 208 episodes. Question 3. Harris is also known for hosting what major awards show 4 times?
Ooh, I believe he hosted the Tony Awards.
That's correct. He hosted in 2009, 2011, 2012, and 2013. Question 4. Harris won an Emmy Award in 2010 for his guest appearance on what musical comedy show?
Musical comedy show. I can't think of any musical comedy shows. Like Saturday Night Live?
No, not that. Noah?
What was the year again?
2010.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I don't think I know any musical comedy shows either.
Maybe was it like a lip sync battle of some sort?
No. I mean, this is like it's a sitcom, I think. I never watched it, but it's like, it's famous. I know you both have heard of it.
I think I'm missing the musical comedy element. I unfortunately am drawing a blank here.
Yeah, me too.
This is Glee.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
that's hilarious.
I would call it a little liberal to call Glee a comedy.
Okay, well.
Perhaps it hasn't aged well.
Maybe at the time it was. I also never watched it, so.
Yeah, shamefully me either.
I'm merely going off of labels that I read online. But Harris, in this one episode, played a school board auditor who was a former Glee Club star who threatened to cut Glee out of the budget since he never obtained his desired career in show business. So there you go.
Drama.
Oh, all the drama in Glee.
Don't I know it? Finally, question 5.
It's a little too close to home for Matthew.
No, truly. The last 6 years there's been a lot. Anyway, we don't need to get into that on this show. Harris's lone Tony Award win came in 2014 for playing the title character in what musical about a genderqueer rock performer?
Oh, it's It's someone in the Angry Itch, but I can't come up with the name of the someone. Oh my goodness, it's on the tip of my tongue. Do you know, Noah? Tell me you don't know.
No, you definitely got most of it. I could not even get the last part. So.
Do I get like half credit?
Since you're halfway, well, yeah, we can definitely give you half credit, but since you're halfway there, I always think that I always associate this with Harry Potter.
With Harry Potter?
Yeah. Not that it has anything to do with Harry Potter.
Oh, I was like, Umbridge in the Angry Itch? I don't think that's how it is.
No, but you're kind of on the, I think you've locked into the, I don't know. I won't say anything more because I'll probably just confuse you.
Like Snape? Nope.
No.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay. The reason I said Harry Potter is because Harry Potter's owl is Hedwig, and
yes.
it's Hedwig and the Angry Itch.
That's a very good hint.
Yeah, that was
so
a great
you locked onto the train of thought, but yeah, Hedwig and the Angry Itch. So half credit, I think, for Sophie on that one. Well, that's the end of round 2. So Carter, can you please give us a score update?
We have Noah at 110 and Sophie at 70.
Oh my goodness.
Alrighty, now it is time for round 3. So Carter, can you please tell us the rules?
Yes, round 3 is a lot like round 2, but now you get questions on a variety of topics. Questions here are worth 30 points each. If you get one wrong, your opponent can answer for 15 points.
Alrighty, Noah, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Question 1. Interstate 405, the 405, traverses what pass going from the San Fernando Valley to LA's west side?
He's deep in thought.
Is it like the Hollywood Hills? No.
Well, it goes. I don't think those are the Hollywood Hills over there, but there's a name of a pass. It goes over a pass. It's like where the Getty is, and
and I drive there all the time. I don't think I know the name of the pass. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
That's embarrassing.
Sophie, do you know?
Ooh, I forgot I could steal. Pass by the Getty. Like the Beverly Hills Pass? I don't know.
No, this is the Sepulveda Pass.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. About 330,000 cars traverse the Sepulveda Pass every day.
Yeah.
And Noah's one of them, apparently.
And Noah's one of them every single day. Not really.
Pretty close.
Yeah. Question 2. December 21st, 2012 was popularly believed to be the end of the world as it marked the last recorded year in which ancient calendar?
It's either the Mayan or the Aztec. And I'm gonna go with the Mayan, but it's kind of a shot in the dark there.
That's correct.
I was ready for that one.
The Mesoamerican long count calendar, popularly known as the Mayan calendar. And of course, the world, in fact, did not end. Yeah. Question 3. What treaty meant to settle the dispute over its namesake territory and future state set the northern border of the United States at the 49th parallel?
What do you mean by the 49th parallel? I'm sorry.
Of latitude.
Oh,
the border, the northern border between the U.S. and Canada is at 49 degrees north.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm thinking, like, what are names of trees? I'm thinking Dakota tree.
Like territory.
Oh, it's not a tree.
Tree tea. Tree tea.
Oh, tree tea. Oh,
like
goodness.
Treaty.
Okay.
Meant not to settle over tea, but
not,
tree tea.
Yeah, no, not tea, not tree, tree tea.
Great. Okay.
What treaty meant to settle the dispute over its namesake territory and future state set the northern border of the U.S. at the 49th parallel?
I'm gonna go with Wisconsin. but
Not Wisconsin. Sophie?
That would be the Oregon Treaty.
The Oregon Treaty, yes.
uh,
The U.S. had been feuding with Great Britain over who owned the Oregon Territory. And after the treaty, the affected area covered the present-day states of Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and parts of Montana and Wyoming. And the British retained what is now British Columbia in Canada.
wow.
Question 4. On January 1st, 2023, the euro will officially replace the kuna as the currency of what Western Balkan country?
Hmm. My geography is embarrassingly bad. I think that I can't think of any Western Balkan countries. Maybe. Um, hmm. Mm, Let's see. That would mean it's an island, Rob.
It's not an island.
The Balkans are not an island. Am I confusing them with the Balkan Islands? Maybe.
Those are the Falkland Islands, and those are off the coast of South America, off the coast of Argentina.
Oh, thank you, Matthew. That would have been really bad. Okay, I'm just gonna go with I guess I'll go with like the Czech Republic.
It's not the Czech Republic. Sophie,
sorry.
do you know?
I'm like trying to draw on my GeoGuessr knowledge here. I don't know. I'm also struggling to come up with like where the Balkans. I'm gonna go with Estonia, perhaps.
No, those are the Baltic states.
Ah,
The Balkans are down between Italy and Greece, and so it's like Slovenia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro. I think Serbia counts as part of that. Kosovo, and the one we were looking for, which is Croatia, and Albania. I think that's also Balkan, but it's Croatian is the answer. And finally, question 5. On June 15th, 2018, what theoretical physicist's remains were interred between the graves of Charles Darwin and Isaac Newton in London's Westminster Abbey?
Stephen Hawking?
That's correct. His memorial stone reads, "Here lies what was mortal of Stephen Hawking, 1942 to 2018." And also written on the stone is his Bekenstein-Hawking entropy equation, which he specifically instructed be written on his grave.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Alrighty. Sophie, are you ready for your 5 questions?
I am.
Okay. Question 1. What interstate highway runs from San Diego to I-10 in Arizona and along the way is the only interstate highway that passes through Imperial County, California?
I think that's the I-8.
That's correct. It runs 350 miles in total between the 2 states.
I should also note that it went against everything in my being to say the I-8. Us Californians just say the 8, the 5, the 101.
But we would have counted the 8. Yeah, no, that's fine. I know what you mean. We know what you mean by that. Yeah. Question 2. Since March 2022, there have been widespread protests in what Asian country which has undergone a major economic crisis under the administration of Gotabaya Rajapaksa and his brothers?
This is since March 2022?
Yes. This question was written by my brother, and he writes very difficult questions.
Yeah, apparently.
Would not have gotten this right.
I'm gonna go with like Malaysia.
Not Malaysia. Noah?
I'm just gonna go for a shot in the dark and say Vietnam.
No, this is actually Sri Lanka. Apparently. So,
wow.
Yeah. Question 3. Elizabeth Holmes has been convicted of criminal fraud over what biotech company that she founded in 2003?
Oh, that's the one where they like prick your finger and tell you stuff about your blood.
Yep.
But it was all fake.
Yep.
And I don't know the name of the company, so I'm going to go with something along the lines of like Droplet. Draw?
No. Noah, do you know?
I'm sort of in the same boat as Sophie. I think I'm gonna pick a generic medical name and hope that it works.
Okay.
Maybe like One Health or something.
No. This is Theranos.
Oh, I knew that.
Yep.
In the tip of my tongue.
As we said, the company claimed to have developed blood tests that only required a small amount of blood, but these claims were proven to be false, and Holmes was convicted of fraud in January of 2022.
Oh.
Question 4. Who led the FBI from 1924 until his death in 1972, during which he built the FBI into the massive crime-fighting agency that it is today?
What about Herbert Hoover?
Not Herbert Hoover.
Or just Hoover. Let's just go with Hoover. That's not his first name. J. Edgar Hoover. There it is. Who is Herbert Hoover? And why is that in my head?
Well, Herbert Hoover was the president from 1929
But the
to
FBI guy is
1932.
J. Edgar Hoover.
Yes. Yeah, we'll give it to you. Yes, J. Edgar Hoover. He remains a very controversial figure because of his frequent abuses of power, routinely violating the law and harassing politicians and political dissidents, among other things.
I'm going to blame that one on tea and not coffee at this morning, but we'll just move on.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And we'll give you full credit because you're drinking tea. If you were drinking coffee, we couldn't do it.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah. And finally, question 5. Jonathan Freeman is an actor known for portraying what villain from Aladdin?
Oh, that would be... what's the villain in Aladdin's name? Iago is the bird, I think, right? Is he the villain? I'm gonna go with Iago.
It's not Iago that we're looking for. Iago is the bird. Yeah. Noah?
Oh, so many names are just swimming around my head. Is it like Jafar?
It is Jafar. Yes. Freeman voiced Jafar in the Disney animated film and portrayed the villain in the original Broadway production from 2014 until 2022, when he played his last performance on January 23rd after nearly 8 years in the role.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would be so sick of those songs after 8 years. Can you imagine?
That's a long time, particularly when you're doing 8 shows a week for 8 years. That's a lot.
Oh my God. Yeah. I think I would like actually go crazy.
Yeah.
I bet he sings them in his sleep.
Mm.
I believe that.
Yeah. No need to brush up on his lines or anything. He's got him down pat at this point.
Oh, absolutely. He could do the whole thing as a one-man show, probably.
I'm sure. Well, that's the end of round 3. So Carter, can you please give us a score update?
Looks like we have Noah at 155 and Sophie at 145.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Coming down to the
Noah.
wire.
Well, so close.
Now it's time for round 4. So Carter, can you please tell us the rules?
Yes, round 4 is our showdown, where you'll each get the same 3 questions worth 40 points each. We'll ask you to make note of your answers in some way, whether by writing them down or just keeping them in your head or making a note on some digital device.
All righty. Noah, Sophie, are we ready?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Here we go. Question 1. On June 15th, 1215, King John signed what document that was written as a royal charter of rights? Alrighty, Noah, what is your answer?
I didn't write anything.
Oh, okay.
Apologies.
Sophie?
I put the Magna Carta.
It was the Magna Carta.
Ooh,
Yes.
wow.
It was written to make peace between an unpopular king, John, and rebel barons. Its contents have influenced the U.S. Constitution, among many other documents and people. Question 2. On June 15th, 1974, journalists Carl Bernstein and Bob Woodward published what book detailing their coverage of the Watergate scandal?
So we're looking for the name of the book.
Yes, which was turned into a movie.
just not there.
It's a really good movie.
We watched it in my like high school history class, and it was like the best day of history class ever because we got to watch a movie.
Of course. Yeah, those are always the best days. Yeah. Okay. Do we have guesses?
Guesses.
Guesses. Okay. Noah, what's your guess?
I just put I am not a crook.
It's a good guess. Good guess. Sophie?
I put All the King's Men.
Oh, you're so close. You're so close. It's All the President's Men.
Oh my god.
I think we can
that's
give
a
you half.
credit.
I think we can give half credit on that.
Okay.
That was really good.
I also know that their code name for each other was Deep Throat, which is fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, Deep Throat was their secret informant
Or yes, that's
from
what
the
it was.
FBI,
Informant.
who actually turned out to be the assistant director of the FBI.
Oh,
Mark
I didn't
Felt.
realize that they ever like released who that actually was in real life.
Yeah, it was revealed right before he died in like
Oh,
2005, somewhere in there. But yeah,
I'm picturing like a Scooby-Doo like pulling the mask off. Like, it's I, this is I.
yeah. Well, and it's kind of fun in the movie because and in real life they met at this really creepy parking garage in
Yeah, in
Roslyn,
the
Virginia.
parking garage. It's like the movie is like whatever, like fiction is crazier than fact, you know, like whatever that expression is.
Fact is crazier than fiction.
Or yeah, is that what did I say? Fact, yeah.
Yes.
Coffee, tea.
Yes, All the President's Men. And the timing of the publication is notable in that it was 2 months before Richard Nixon's resignation. And then the film adaptation starring Robert Redford as Woodward and Dustin Hoffman as Bernstein was released 2 years later. And speaking of 1976, question 3. In 1976, who became the first woman to co-anchor an evening news program on a major network? And my hint is that she was still working and reporting up until a couple years ago. She's still alive. She's old. She was no longer hosting the evening news and hasn't been for decades. You probably definitely heard her.
Busily writing something.
No, I thought that I'd be able to figure it out, but I don't think I'm gonna get any points in this last round.
The last round questions are usually pretty tricky, and there's a lot of people who have not scored at all in the last round. So
that makes me feel a little better.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. All right. Do we have any guesses? No.
I had a guess. I said Amanpour because my mom talked about her one time.
Okay. Christine Amanpour, I think is her name.
Probably, yeah. I think she's from Europe.
Yeah. Well, it's not her. Sophie?
All the names running through my head were just like NPR hosts from the last 15 years. So I don't think that's going to be very helpful.
Okay. This was Barbara Walters. And she hosted the evening news on ABC. And she has interviewed every sitting U.S. president and first lady from Richard Nixon to Barack Obama.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And she's still
Put
alive.
that on your gravestone, Stephen Hawking.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of the game. So Carter, can you please give us the final score?
Looks like we have Noah at 155 and Sophie at 205.
Wow.
Sophie, you have won. Do you have anything that you would like to say?
This has been the crowning achievement of my year. I'd like to thank all involved. Noah, great job. Always a pleasure. Let's grab a meal soon.
Please.
Well, that was beautiful. Thank you. That's our show for this week, folks. Thank you, Noah and Sophie, for being on the show today, as well as Carter Zenke for being our scorekeeper and Mason Cook for composing the music. Today's questions were written by Caitlin Fick, Matthew Brown, Matthew Hauser, Mason Cook, and yours truly. And thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe to Trivia Over Tea on your quiz show, or on your, what am I trying to say? Please like and subscribe to Trivia Over Tea on your preferred podcast platform. That's it. and leave us a review if you enjoyed it. Check out our Facebook and Instagram pages at Trivia Over Tea, and feel free to message us on any of these platforms, including Twitter, if you have any comments or suggestions regarding the show. And tune in next week when we'll have 2 new contestants and 33 more fantastic questions.